kind of our thing. We like kids, and we like to do things for kids. So we've got some national sponsors that are involved. That when we go in, we can bring in some money to where the kiddos have a chance to run a little bit more money. Guys that been instrumental in getting this thing going. A good friend of mine, Jeff Williams, and he's a good friend of Raine. Jeff is a Grade 1 stakes winning jockey for many years in the quarter horse industry. That's how we know Raine. I've been training race horses for 32 years. When we did this thing about 4.5, 5 years ago, we started doing all disciplines. We've done some of the biggest, and we've done some of the minis. We've done, 30 or 40 world champions now, and it's turned out to be a really good thing for everybody. So the basic premise is we put the low frequency microchip in. If they already have one in the nuchal ligament, we can take that and put it into the system. It's a subscription-based system. The more you have, the less it costs. But what they're doing now is what they asked us to do is we have some major sponsors like Cinch. We've done 18 rodeos with Cinch this year. And so they go in and help us promote them because the data off of these horses and off the families promotes everybody's business. So they'll come in and one rodeo, they came in and gave us 100 pairs of jeans for the kiddos. They gave us shirts. We raised money for a kid that was going to a barrel race, and he had an 18-wheeler ran him off the road. So they gave us coats and jeans and all that kind of stuff. Purina's been awesome. They've given us, they've probably given us $100,000 worth of feed. But different ones, Texas Standard shirts, the whole deal. But the whole premise is it's like a wagon wheel. So we have between 45 and 50 portals. Some of the portals are local, and Raine would be one of those portals that are local. And then you bring in the local sponsors and then tie them onto the corporate sponsors, and then you give back to the kids. The biggest deal is that if you don't have a lot of money and you don't have a scanner, and you go to one of these venues, the venues have the scanners. If you do have some money, they're not that expensive, like $500. If you have the subscription, then you don't have to have it all the time. Just during rodeo season, you can have the subscriptions. If you don't, then you get corporate sponsorships that pop up on your phone while you're trying to take temperatures or whatever. We never cut off the health aspect. People, it doesn't make any difference whether it's the biggest horses we've done. We've done all the Taylor Sheridans. We've done all of the Yellowstone horses. We go to Wyoming and do all those horses. He's based in Weatherford. We've done all the Run for the Million horses. All those kind of horses we've done. But the number one thing about a horse is it doesn't matter if it's that little pink pony a while ago that's worth his weight in gold that I saw go a while ago, or the best barrel horse out here. Temperature is the biggest deal. If you take those horses' temps on a daily basis, the cost of $500 for the reader is nothing, because y'all all know nowadays if one of them gets sick, it's going to cost you $500 to walk into the vet center. And that's not a shot at the vets, that's just the way it is nowadays. So, but anyway, that's kind of what we do. Raine kind of put me on the spot here. We usually don't like to put them in live, but we're going to anyway because it seems like y'all are some pretty good friendlies. I've done this once before, and they bring those big gentle things up there. I did one in Florida on the street level there in Ocala, and they brought me a ex-Budweiser Clydesdale, and he did beat me up pretty good, but we got it in. So the pets are always the worst ones to do because they, the kids are messing with their lips and stuff. But we're gonna see. I think Raine brought this one in right here. That he may be a bronc, but we'll see what we can do. So this is just one of the low frequency microchips that we sell. It's temperature control. Once we get it in and scan this horse, you'll be able to get an immediate temperature in 2 seconds. We'll have Raine enroll this horse because she has all the information, and then we can send the PDFs in from the veterinarians for your Coggins, your health certificates. We actually have a place on there to where you put when your Coggins ends. 1 month out, it sends you an email alert, says, hey, old gray dog there is going to have his Coggins is due to you. Then at 2 weeks, it sends you one. The last week, it sends you one every day, and on the last day, it X's you out. Now, that's not a big deal to y'all, but it is a big deal now because it looks like probably in 25 that the federal government's going to go to a microchip to get a Coggins. So the big deal is they're going to start tracking these horses because of the simple fact that they're having too many venues that are having herpes outbreaks and stuff like that. And so the federal government's starting to get involved. Plus down south, there's a lot of illegal racing in Florida and stuff, and they're trying to stop that. So they're trying to get a hold of it. So it's kind of a neat deal. A lot of people get upset with us. It has nothing to do with GPS. If you don't scan it, they're not going to fly black helicopters. I had a lady, boy, she got all over me down in Texas. I mean, got after me. And she's like, I'm not letting you track my. I said, ma'am, I don't want to track your horse. If you don't scan him, I don't know where he's at. Now, if you do scan him, we're doing venues now, big venues, big barrel venues, because of the simple fact that, let's say you go to the big barrel race there in Oklahoma City. Chris Waldrop works with us over there. It's taking 7 hours from sitting in the parking lot to check in. And so they're just sitting there, them horses pawing, getting mad. So now we can just put that microchip in, preload it. Before you ever get there, you're entered into the system. You're entered into the classes. If you want to order some from Dove feed like Lorraine's selling, you order it. The preferred providers in that area have it. They have your stall assignments, they have your shavings, how many bags you want there, the whole deal for the venue. When you go and check in, you can go in the fast pass line where you can pay an extra $100 in the venues, which is what they like. But when they go through there, you'll be in there in 2 or 3 minutes. It went from 7 hours entry time for all those horses to about 2 hours and 15 minutes. So they're all in, they're all done. The horses are not stressed. The AQHA World Show, we're the preferred provider for the American Quarter Horse Association. They were actually making them unload each horse, pull the slinkies, pull the sweats, all the, fly mask, the whole deal in November. And before they'd let them in, but they had to check every marking on them. With ours, we do a preload. We know everything that buckskin horse has got on him. There's 4 digital pictures, everything. So they just walk up to the trailer, drop the door, scan him. That's old, that's old Dunny. So they know everything that's pretty much going on with them. Some of this really doesn't affect y'all, but some of the United States Equestrian Federation shows now, they do a 3-day where we'll tempt that horse. It'll drop the pin, sends it to them. Drop the pin, sends it to them. 3rd day, drop the pin, sends it to them. 4th day, when you get to the gate, drop the pin, they pull up your identity and you're gone. It just keeps everybody kind of happy and everybody knowing that somebody's horse is not sick that's around them. You feel that?
Yes, sir.
So, like I said, it's just a a low frequency thermal microchip. Most people have seen them. They just got a little injector on the top of it. So we're gonna go and just put this in this horse's upper lip, maybe. Okay.
Done. Wow. Okay.
Here you go, Raine.
All right. Okay. Oh.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so right now, so it popped up and it says, do you want to enter this horse? You want to enroll this horse? So this is one of Lorraine's horses. So she's going to get to enroll this horse. So the first thing that pops up is on these digital tablets are all the pictures. So she's going to take the pictures. We won't waste y'all's time doing all this stuff. The next part of it is down at the bottom here. We can have the Coggins and the registry, so you can have the registration papers, your pyroplasmosis, y'all probably don't have that here, and then your health certificates. You can have these brought in from a PDF from the veterinarians or Global Vet Link, or you can actually enter them yourself. Depends on whether or not it's a regulated system. At the racetrack, they want them sent in from one regulator to another so you don't cheat. Y'all, it doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? The next one is if you have a therapy certificate for some of these horses, which I'm sure y'all do, you can enter that. Then you go across and it has all the mandatory info. So we're gonna skip that part of it, but then that way I can show you the whole deal. So we're gonna go back. So let's say we want to scan this horse.
I did it.
Don't anybody freak out. I don't have one in me. I got it hanging around my neck. I had a Baptist lady in Texas that I thought she was going to come and train. She thought I had one in me. So this horse right here, he's one of our race horses that we have. I know it's too small for y'all to see it, but there's a digital picture here It goes in, it shows the position of the microchip. It's in the lip. Shows his name, his temperature. Right now, for it touching my skin right there is about 93.56. It goes all the way down, every marking there is on the horse, the contact information, the attending veterinarian, and your local veterinarians. All the wellness on the horse is in there, the coggins, the pyros, the health certificates, and then there's a chart for every time that you take the temperature on those horses, that it charts it and comes out in a chart and a graph at the end of it. We have another part on here where the breeding part is, so you can go in and do the breeding part. You have a place that it drops down. If a mare is getting ready to ovulate, it pops up. It shows you that you can put notes in there. She's got a 45 follicle on the right side. Usually, we're getting pretty close now with the technology of that. When they're within 2 days, you start taking the temps. When that temp ticks up 3/10 off the microchip, you better breed her because she's going to ovulate that night. So they didn't think it would work. They didn't think it would work because they've tried for 50 years breeding these mares, doing it with a rectal thermometer, but they're not getting the core temperature when you take one by the rectum.
Just going to let everybody know we're about to get started for our youth polls.
The other one,
I just want to give a reminder that all riders under 18 must wear a helmet.
Sorry, Ren.
If you
okay.
do not wear a helmet and
She
you
doesn't
are
know
under
me.
18, you will be DQ'd. Your time will not count.
One thing that,
We are also going
I
to
think
water
Brad went
before
too fast
maturity
over.
and before the open.
because I don't see any of these geldings going to be getting bred anytime soon. But what these girls are doing that are hauling up down the road for the NFR, or these people that are going for the
For
pink buck
youth
on the
polls,
lazy
I've
and
got
stuff,
draw